I'm gonna be giving you guys my it's my new original deck style, and I like it. It seems to go pretty well. You're not gonna win every match, but it's what works for me. I was up late last night, and I was trying to figure things out on how I was gonna make this deck a good original. Well, I decided I really made it. Alright, the deck has 40 cards. Your side deck has 13 cards in it with 2 spells and 1 traps. For the first card is a blue eyes white dragon. I use that as, when I say original, like from the first and second generation. So you have your blue eyes white dragon. So that's like a key part, where you get some monsters on the field, you tribute, and bam, you got a monster with 3,000. Then the second one I have is the dark magician. Again, not as strong as the blue eyes white dragon, but hey, you get it out on the field, your opponent's gonna have to think what to use. And then you got your red eyes black dragon, which, again, 2,400, not the great, but like I said, it'll be kind of difficult to get past a lot of those. If you notice, I got Kaiba, Yugi, Joey's the main 3 cards of the series. Now, people ask, why don't I have the Egyptian gods? Well, I just didn't have the space for them. Now, the next one I have is a Summon Skull. I keep him in there for the attacking, and I can get him out there with 1 tribute, so for 1 win. Then I got Ancient Gear Golem. I use this card. This is a real badass card that I summon in. He can only pierce, but your opponent can't activate any spells or traps during the battle phase. So it's like no mirror force, nothing that can affect him. But now, say you have another monster such as Blue Eyes, and they attack. Mirror force gets sprung, bam, card's destroyed. Now you got Blackluster Soldier, Envy of the Beginning. This is my signature card. This is the card I try to bring out every duel, and if I can do it, it's like a 75% chance of me winning. You just gotta banish a light and a dark, and I have a total, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's see, 36. I got 7 darks and lights. I got 1, 2. Alright, so I got 2 lights, and as long as I really can I have a marshmallow, so as long as I can keep the lights in the graveyard, it'll be fine. I keep 3 giant orcs. Why? Because they have such high attack power. They don't have the best defense, but it's good if this is the first monster you get, bam, throw it out there. Then I run 3 goblin attack forces. Those have 2,300, a little bit stronger than the giant orcs. Again, they go to defense mode, but hey, a good 2,300. That's like almost that's almost a red eyes black dragon right there. Then I have 3 Goblin Elite attack forces. Those have 2,200, but the defenses are 15, so when they go to defense, they're not completely defenseless. Now, I then also throw in the Indomitable Fighter Lili, and this card has 2,300, matching Goblin attack force, but it goes to defense, but it's pretty good. Let's see, I have a total of 12 cards that can instantly do badass damage. Then I run a Jinzo. It's funny, I was dueling last night, and I beat this guy or a girl or whatever, and they were like, no one runs Jinzo anymore. I was like, well, gee, my deck's original, don't you think it would make sense? She was like, that's cheap, when she was playing we were trying to run shadows and shit. And then I have a Marshmallow, mainly because it's light, and it can't be destroyed by battle, and someone attacks it, they lose 1,000 life points. Now, we're gonna go into the spells. My spell card is Dark Magic Curtain. I only use this card when my life points are lower, or they go around 3 to 4,000. Because if I start out with 8,000, I go to 4,000, so I'm instantly at the advantage. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But I like to use this to bring Dark Magician out. But here's a key thing: if you have a combo that you can do with your Dark Magician that turn, then guess what? You need to use it before Dark Magician is drawn, because then it won't work. Then I have a Foolish Burial. So say I have my Black Luster in my hand, and say I got any of my dark monsters, I could use this to get rid of one of my light monsters out of my deck, and bam, there you go, he's on the field. I use the gold sarcophagus. I use this to get rid of the blackluster, or I use it to get a different card depending on my situation. But you gotta be careful, you don't get it till 2 turns later, so a total of 3 turns before you'll be able to use that card, whereas you can draw it in 3 turns. But with that, it's a definite possibility. I have Infernal Fire Blast just because it's good for my red eyes, that if they have something like a gravity line or a lot of their monsters are stronger than mine, say you got a few cards face down, you can throw that and they still take damage equal to the red eyes original to its original attacks with 2400. I throw in a Mystical Space Typhoon because they got some annoying continuous card or field spell. Bam, it's gone. I throw in a Polymerization to fuse my red eyes and my Summon Skull to make Black Skull Dragon. Then I use Regigi, and this is one of the cards I'll put in Gold Sarcophagus. I actually did it in my last one. I lost, but it's because I didn't have no lights. I only had a dark, and that was a bad hand. But yeah, I keep that in there. I have Stray Lambs. Sure, like it's not that they can't really do much, but if you get like a Sakuratsu, Mirror Force, or whatever, or yeah, just whatever, you could use that in their safe, and bam, throw a Golem, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, or Dark Magician. And then I have 2 Dark Brides because unlike it's not like Mystical Space Typhoon where say you attack and someone activates Mirror Force or they activate something that'll destroy your monsters. You use Dark Bribe and bam, you got this. It'll be negated. It won't be destroyed. Like if you use Mystical Space Typhoon, you're still smoked. That's what people don't understand. Now I have 2 Dimensional Prisons. I find it's harder for your opponent to activate card effects when their cards are banished from the game. So keep that in mind. I have 3 Final Attack Orders, and this is another key card in my deck. Other than the black, this is like number 2 when it comes to my deck. When I use this, say I have my goblins, my orc, and my beast, they attack, they don't go to defense mode. Well, they do, but they go straight back to attack. So it's like, wow, pure offense right there. I keep 2 magic cylinders, whereas I'm in a desperate spot. My opponent has a monster with high attack power. Say they use something like Cypher or Ra, or they play like the Blue Eyes Ultimate or some shit. Or something that's real powerful that the average deck can't beat by attack. You just flip that over and bam, they probably lose the majority of their life points. Then I have 2 Mirror Forces. I was running 3, but deck space is limited. I keep my deck with 40 cards just so I can draw the right card. And you know, some people they rage quit because they think you'll have Exodia. They're like, oh no, I ain't doing this. More bonus for me because I play dual network. And I keep 1 Sakuratsu armor. And people are like, why keep 1? Just get rid of a Final Attack Order. You know, I've been thinking about that, but you see, I keep 1 in my side deck. So yeah. Now for my side deck, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I keep 10 monsters, 7 normals, and those are Alien Stock Trooper, Archfiend Soldier, Genemi Elves, Lusted Dragon, Mad Dog of Darkness, Saber Stars, and Vorse Raider. Those are my normal. Those all have 1900 attack. Now my effects are Cyber Harpy Lady, Jiraiya Gumo, and the Red Eyes Weaverin or Warven. I don't know, but I have that, and those are just if I'm in a match duel and I notice how the opponent's playing, like their cards are really smoking mine, but because they can pierce, then I'll throw some of those in, or you know effects are smoked. Then I have a Messiah of the Emperor. I use that card sometimes whenever I have the start of a duel and I ain't got shit, like my deck's horrible. I can throw out a Blue Eyes or an Ancient Gear Golem, you know. And then I have a Mystical Space Typhoon just to have, whereas if it's a match duel, I notice they're playing a lot of continuous crap, I'll throw that out there. And then finally, the second Sakuratsu armor. But what I'm actually about to do right now is I'm gonna switch final attack orders with it. So I all my traps I have 2 copies of, and yeah, I'm gonna be getting Joey's collection or whatever it's called. I'm getting a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards soon for Christmas, and from the 16th to the 18th because I've ordered them. And what I'm doing is on here, I'm gonna build. There's 3 kind of decks that I've built, or 3 or 4. Yeah, I have the Bull Joey, which Joey focuses on his warriors mainly. You know, like Gifried, all that. Joey's Flight, those is good. This is like his Red Eye theme, and then Lucky Joey, where he has a lot. He basically his entire deck is on where most of his like strategy will come from luck. So that's really what it is. These decks are. I've been online looking. Last night I was looking online, and I've been trying to figure it out. Like on Dual Network, I have a whole page for his monsters and his spells and traps. He's got 52 monsters. I've gotten 50. Well, actually, I've gotten 56 monsters, in counting the fusions, and I got a total of 25 spells and traps. 16 spells, 9 traps. So there's more. I just gotta see. So alright, guys, that's my deck profile for December. So I hope you guys like it. It's a legal deck you can use, and I'm real honest. I'm real curious for the next. I bet you. I hope like the cards that I really wouldn't mind. You know, they like if they. I can understand if they got rid of Raggedy again, but that'd be a big down. If they took final attack orders or if they took like Dimensional Prison, my deck would be kind of having some issue. If they took Jinzo or Black Luster again, I'd be doomed. I'd be like, oh. So you got to come back to the strategy. But I always have my strategies, and I'm gonna give you guys some combos. So say, you know, you got your Goblin Attack Force. Let's just add a card. You got your Goblin Attack Force, and you know, say you're up against. Say you Goblin Attack Force, and say you're up against a Dark Magician. Okay, well, you could either use the spell cards are pretty basic. Let's say you get your Goblin Attack Force, your opponent destroyed your he managed somehow to destroy your Summon Skull, and you just drew Foolish Burial, and you have your Black Luster in your hand. My recommendation would be to banish your Blue Eyes and bring your Black Luster. Why? Because you know, you can banish the Dark Magician, but you can't attack, or you could attack with that, destroy the Dark Magician, get a direct attack, but I mainly like to keep banishing till my opponent's field or till I have something that I know I'll be able to negate. So alright guys, that's my deck profile for, well, I'm not going to call it for December because I'll be doing a lot. And I'm going to be doing character decks, official, from like, so I do Yugi's from Duel's Kingdom, or Kaiba from Battle City, Joey from Waking the Dragons, or whatever. I'll be doing those. I'm currently in the process of building Joey's box deck. I'm gonna be building Joey's, Mai's, Merrick's, and Rex Raptors, and I do believe there were some insects in the machine, so I might be able to build Bandicoot, or Weevil. So I'll let you guys know what's up, and I'll see you guys later. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist out.